DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, everybody.
We're DreamWeavers StarTrax, hosted by Ren and Corinne Zai, and we have a most amazing, wonderful person.
Oh my
That
God!
we've known for a long time, and for some of you out there, this is Hazel Payne.
It's
And
Hazel Payne.
Thank you.
Fabulous lyric tenor singer. I'm sorry, forgive me, soprano.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
And musician, and beautiful attitude about life. It's just so cool.
Music
Thank you.
icon,
Thank you.
everybody.
And thank you,
Grammy
Corinne.
winner, and we've been blessed to know her for 15 years.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a while.
15
years.
years.
That's right. It's been a long time.
And we were so excited when she came back from York, England.
Yes.
And she lives here in Vegas, but she doesn't spend much time here.
That's the whole thing.
that's
I'm
about
not
to
here
change.
much. Yes, and that is about to change. That's right.
So we're so excited that she consented to come on the show and share her journey with you guys, Star
what a
Trackers.
journey.
Because remember, Dreamweavers run on imagination, changing the world one artist, one story at a time. And Miss Hazel Payne has been doing that for a long time. And so we're going to ask you, Miss Hazel, about your journey and your
'cause this
history.
is quite a journey.
Just wait.
yes, it's
Starting
quite a
with,
journey.
when did you first figure out you wanted to do music, and not just music, but you went in so much?
Well, at first in the third grade, my
there it
teacher
is.
asked. There it is. My teacher asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I go around the whole class, and it was, "I want to be an actress." And I threw my head back, an actress. But a couple years after that, I started taking piano lessons, and so it changed from acting per se into music. And I started on piano at 9, then went to guitar at 13, and when I got into high school, I started learning woodwind. Started with the flute
What?
and the bass, no flute, and then tenor sax, then alto sax, and then bass clarinet. And because, well, it was kind of difficult to march with a guitar in the marching
That's
band.
true.
So, and I wanted to be in the marching band. So I learned those instruments. And my brothers all play brass. They all play trumpet.
Wow.
One started on clarinet, and he went to trumpet, and three of my 5 brothers played trumpet. One played
brothers.
one played tuba, and the other one doesn't play any, and he went to baseball. He was the only
What a
one that
family.
went into sports. So, but none of us. I'm the only one that actually. Well, I take that back. One of my older brothers. There was a group called Up with People in the '60s.
yeah.
And my brother went
Okay.
all around
Yeah.
the
That
world
was
singing
that was
and
a
playing
group.
trumpet. Yes, that was
Oh
an
my
inspiration
God.
for me to travel. He
Yeah.
was one of my older brothers, and so I started traveling and doing music. Well, and I'll wait until you ask me about what happened with A Taste of Honey.
Oh,
Oh, we can't wait. Well, because music is in your family, so you were
Yes.
influenced by that.
Yes.
And come on, you guys, I've got to mention this. All right.
What?
Where are you from, Hazel?
Straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton.
What can
Just
I say?
saying.
great artist comes
And-
Straight outta Compton.
And in the 70s,
Yes.
it wasn't, for
Well-
a woman.
Yeah, in the 70s, no, there were only 2 of us, female guitarists that were really around, working regularly in Compton at that time.
Wow.
And one of them was in a group called Climax. Well, she still performs in Climax. And then
Yes.
there was me, and at A Taste of Honey was my springboard into the professional world, and it was very interesting because I had no female role model.
Right.
Well,
to
no,
learn
really
electric
rare.
guitar.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it was something I wanted to do because my mother enjoyed jazz. Well, my mother was an aspiring opera singer, and my father.
Okay, everybody.
There's
Yes.
where it came from. And my father was in a group with Duke Ellington's nephew.
Oh,
and
jazz
my
people,
father
yes.
was a singer. And
Oh,
so this
so
is.
two singers raised
Yes,
you.
2 singers. And
Okay.
but my mother encouraged all of us to be musicians, to learn instruments.
And you played with a couple bands as a guitar player
Yes.
before you went. You
Certainly
joined A
did.
Taste of
Thank
Honey.
you for bringing that.
No
Yeah, I
problem.
certainly did. It was
I'm so
a
excited
group
about this.
in Compton. We it was a vocal group. It was about 4 or 5 guys. I can't even remember how many of it was they were. And we played at Tito Jackson's wedding reception. So that was my first time seeing. So you know about how long that was. This was his
Yeah.
first wife, I guess. I'm
one of
sure
mine.
it
There you have it,
was.
people. Just saying.
But
Yeah.
Tito Jackson's wedding reception. Jackie came up on the stage and complimented me for being a girl guitar player.
Wow.
And I bet to this day he doesn't know that
It was
that
you?
girl was me.
It was you, Hazel Payne.
And we also played in the City Hall in Compton, and in this same band with the singers. And James Brown had come to town at the Compton, and he was coming through the City Hall, which was why we were placed there, you know, and performing and
Right.
things. And James Brown looked at me and said, "Hey, look at the girl on guitar."
Yeah, I
Hello.
bet he did. Don't see
Yeah,
that
There is
often.
so-
I mean,
and,
even nowadays.
and
Flattered.
And I have to say one word here.
What?
Because this one, which told me I was floored. The Silvers?
Oh, yes. Yes. So after that, I was in the backup band for the Silvers. And, you know, they went off to become, well, I quit the band before they got their record deal with Capitol Records, right? But they went off to Capitol Records, and they became, you know, the Silvers, and they were a big deal.
And their big song is?
And their big song is Boogie Fever.
Oh, yeah.
Another boogie for
I've
you.
been singing it.
Well,
I've been singing that in Boogie Oogie all day.
well, they've
just
had a
saying.
couple. They had a couple of them because the brother, oldest brother, I can't think of his name right now, Silvers. He was an excellent writer and arranger, but it coincidentally, several years later, A Taste of Honey ended up with a record deal on the exact same label as the Silvers was on, and signed
And
by the
there you have
exact
it.
same A&R man, Larkin Arnold.
There you go.
one.
That is so
That's
cool.
impressive.
Well, and then you went to A Taste of Honey.
Yes. Well, first I went to
Gotta get to the
Nashville.
Grammy, people. I'm so
First of all,
excited. I
Okay,
can't
we'll get
tell
there.
you.
Well, first I went to Nashville, Tennessee, and I studied music at Fisk University. And
Well educated,
Pay
y'all.
attention, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Education's good.
I did, yes, it was really, really good. And then I came back in some miraculous way. I got pregnant. You know,
It's a miracle.
it was a miracle, yeah.
We're girls.
right. Poof, pop, there it was. Oops. And so I didn't go back to college. Yeah, immaculate conception, whatever we call it. And I didn't go back to college. And that's when I started playing in more local bands. And I said, after a few years of doing that, 2 or 3 years, my son was about 3 years old, I was like, I'm going to do this one more band, just one more band, and then I quit. I'm going to be a nurse. I want to be a nurse. I'm serious. I had all the brochures and all the, the stuff so I could be a nurse. And the last band that I joined was A Taste of Honey.
Oh.
What?
That was it. A year later, we got our record deal, and right after that, we got our Grammy for Best New Artist. So it was like, well, I don't think I'll be a nurse.
No.
Yeah.
And we're really happy you went the other direction.
Well,
Yes.
thank you. I am. It really ended up to be quite a what would you say? It's a great decision or a choice to go ahead and to join the group and to get there. It was really great, and the rest is like history, I guess I could say.
Yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely.
well,
Boogie right on down.
Yeah, it was
Boogie,
amazing.
Boogie. And I said in the social media, that was probably one of my very favorite songs ever to sing, and one of the most requested that everybody
That's
always
true.
requested me to sing. I do it like a couple times a set. It's like, okay, people, we got to move on to another tune, and then so when I met you, I was like, no way, let me just. Oh my God!
It was fun.
And this is what has afforded me the opportunity to be able to travel as much. The Boogie Oogie is good, but I do not mean to discount the Grammy. The Grammy is still a great boost to my career. Yeah, and we were signed to Capitol Records. Capitol.
Yes, I knew.
Oh,
I
okay.
knew. I was about to bring that up. I'm so glad
Oh,
you
But
did.
yeah, but you because I know you had that, but you also knew the Gordy family as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Well, yes. Very interesting. My ex-husband now, did you guys know,
Yes.
was Steve. Yeah.
Yes,
He worked for Motown. He was a vice president at Motown. So he first-handedly had met the Gordy's family. But also, in turn, I also did a special show New Year's Eve for Barry Gordy in Mexico. So I did get to meet him myself.
That is so
All right,
cool.
well, we are going to learn some more in just
You're
a few
so
moments.
cool.
We're going to come up, and next up, we're going to listen about this fabulous music career and this musician. What a wonderful human.
Thank
We will
you.
catch you on the flip side.
Catch you in a sec.
Hang in there.
Voice exercises.
DreamWeavers StarTrax.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to DreamWeavers StarTrax. I am Karen Zai with the most amazing HazelPayne.
Thank you.
Taste of Honey. Boogie Oogie Oogie people. Boogie Oogie Oogie. Just saying, Sukiyaki. We're going to be talking to her about her amazing career. And if you have any questions, please chat in live because Hazel would love to answer them in segment 4.
Right. That's right.
So Miss Hazel.
All right, Miss Karen.
So you've been traveling all over the world.
Yes, yes. I counted about 20 countries, and I might have left some out because, well, and in some of the countries I went to more than one city. So I've been to many places. I mean, and even toured the Caribbean doing cruises, the Caribbean, the Baltics, and the Mediterranean several times. So I've been many places, and I love it. Love it. And I sing in several languages too. I should have counted them before I got here. I can't. But I sing in, I make an effort to learn a song in the language of the country that I'm in. So of course I sing in Mandarin, and I sing in French. And when I was in Morocco, where they do speak French,
Right.
I was asked to learn Italian first. So I sing in Italian, and I don't mean volare, no. No, we can all sing
Really
volare.
sing it in
No, I
Italian.
sing l'appuntamento.
Oh,
You
I
know,
love it.
sto
Great accent.
sbagliando tante volte, oh my. And I sing in French.
Just sing for you.
And I sing, although I've never been to South Africa, I sing in Zulu.
Would you just sing a little bit and sing it?
Ai patwa guga sachu banga satsi pata pata wa guga sachu banga satsi
Oh,
pata
yeah.
pata, and you got to go like this because
You
that's
got- you
the
gotta
pata
do the
pata
thing too.
dance. Yes, it's called the pata pata dance.
That is so cool. Oh my
you.
God. Well, Hazel, this is a section we talk about your singing, and that is
Okay.
definitely covers part of it because you've had such a long and she's only 22, y'all, but she
That's
started
right.
when she was 6 months old.
That's right.
So she said such a long career, and we as singers know just stay healthy and keep singing. That is the challenge because
Absolutely.
you can't say, "Gee, I don't feel good today. I can't make the gig," And
That's right.
in the position you're in, you can't call in someone to cover for you.
That's right.
When they pay for HazelPayne, they
Hazel
want
Payne's gotta be-
HazelPayne.
That's a
They
good
ain't
point
playing,
too.
right?
That's a bittersweet thing.
Just saying.
It's a good thing, but
good
then
thing.
it can be. I do have to be responsible
Yes,
for my health, just like you're
exactly,
saying.
exactly.
And when I first joined A Taste of Honey, I was singing incorrectly, and I did lose my voice. I had developed nodes on my vocal
Oh,
cords.
nodules, people,
So,
bad news.
Yes. So I was taught. I took voice lessons by your mentor. I don't know.
Oh,
It's
Mr. Seth Riggs.
That's right.
And I was lucky I was actually able to,
Yeah.
probably 10, 12 years ago,
Oh,
to
yeah.
work a couple times with Hazel because she was
Yes.
going out of town and Seth wasn't
That's
available.
right. So
and
I have to have that tune up.
Gotta
You know,
do it.
have to have the tune-up. But yeah, it's important that you do two things, especially rest. There is no substitute for rest. I don't care how much stuff you squirt on your vocal cords. There's no replacing
You gotta
rest.
sleep.
You've got to rest. And number two, the ginger tea. I have found that
Thank
to
you.
be
Thank you.
absolutely amazing.
Yes. I've
it is.
mentioned it before, y'all.
Yes, it is absolutely
Yes.
amazing. And you can go and buy ginger tea in the store, or you can just buy ginger. When I'm in China, I just buy the ginger.
Right.
It's all over the place. And I steep my own tea.
And you
fresh.
just grate
Chop
it.
grate it up or chop it or whatever have.
Put it in water?
Boil it, until you get the essence out of
That's
it.
right.
And I found maybe 2 or 3 hours before I'm going to sing makes it it's the most effective after a while, not because there's something about using it where you actually do have to exercise your vocal cords
Yes.
with it in order for it to be effective.
Most definitely.
So
Yes.
a couple, 2 to 3 hours before,
And
I
then-
have a job, then yes,
Right.
then that's when I drink the
because
tea.
it takes any kind of impurities or
Yes.
toxins off the cord. That's what ginger
Yes.
does.
Yes.
It's purification. So thank you, Miss Hazel, because they don't listen to me. Just saying. No, you guys
But
do.
you better
But
listen
Miss
to
Hazel-
her now because she's right. Absolutely right.
That is so cool. So your vocal training, which I knew the answer, and she just said, was from my amazing mentor and teacher, Seth Riggs, who has over 120 Grammy winners. And
amazing.
It's just brilliant. Just
Yes.
brilliant. He's in his 80s and still teaching people. Just
Oh, he
saying.
is? Oh,
still
right
teaching.
on.
So Hazel, we covered the instruments that you played, but why did you choose guitar?
We were at the time I was already playing piano, right? And my family took a driving trip excursion from Compton to Kentucky to visit my grandparents. So it was my mother's parents we were going to see. So my mother, my oldest brother, my third oldest brother, and goodness, it was like 5 of us. My 2 youngest brothers, and it was like 5 of us in the car, and we all drove. And my mother loves jazz, right? She's an aspiring opera singer and stuff, but she loves jazz. Well, so did my daddy. And we listened to 8 tracks. 8 tracks
An
of
8-track.
Mongo Santa
Yeah,
Maria.
don't ask, you guys.
Yeah, don't even ask. That's right. Mongo Santa Maria, Ray Charles, Nancy Wilson, and Kenny Burrell. Once I heard Kenny Burrell, it was like, I want to play guitar just like him.
There you have it.
And that was right after that. And we came back, and I asked my mother, I would like to play guitar. And she thought I was joking, right? So she bought me a student acoustic guitar, and I was playing it this side, so this side. I was playing it like this. And she saw that I was serious about it, right? So she bought me a student electric guitar, which I also went like this. And she said, okay, we're going to get you some lessons. So when I walked into the class the first day to take my private lessons now, not in a group, private lessons, and I'm holding the guitar like this, and I'm playing
Backwards, upside down.
Yeah, well, Expressway.
Yeah.
By the who did that, Ren? Who
Oh,
did
man,
that?
I remember
Corinne,
it.
yeah, Expressway by the wherever they were. Anyway,
Yeah, you
that's
guys
what-
chat in and let us know.
you try to- he took my guitar and he flipped
Flipped
it
it
over
the
on
other
this side. He
way.
said, "This is how you play it, Hazel." And sad to say, my guitar teacher passed away a week ago.
Oh, man.
Yes, he did. Gary Bell, an amazing man. Not only did he play guitar, fabulous jazz guitar, he played tenor sax too.
Wow.
So yeah, that's it. That's
Love
how I
go
got
out.
to playing guitar.
Yeah, well, he helped the world getting
No,
you out there and
thank
teaching you how to
you.
do that. So Hazel, what is this? You guys know this is one of my favorite questions. What is it like to be a woman in the music industry?
Oh, you've got to decide what is your priority and how you're going to get to where you want to be. Okay, you can make a choice of training, which was my choice, and that's what I'll focus on. We'll focus on training because there are other options. I didn't
Yes.
take those options.
No. But
Yeah.
she's great at what she does.
I chose
She's
training.
a musician.
And training, regardless of any other way. I mean, if you got a bunch of money and you want to buy yourself into it, or another kind of way of getting into the business.
No, ladies.
The confidence that you gain by having the training is irreplaceable. and it is long term, and you will be able to communicate with other professionals
Thank you.
on a professional level.
Thank you.
And it keeps you at a professional, at a high standard.
So you
Because-
you get respect.
So you learn that you get respect. That's right, and that is something I do get often because I know music. I know learn your cycle of fourths and fifths.
Circles.
Learn your circles and some call it
Cycles,
circles,
it's the
circles.
same
so the
thing.
same thing. And to learn that, and learn your keys, and you'll have confidence when you step on a stage.
I love that. Thank you. Listen to that one, ladies. Very important. And we just have a couple seconds left, but we have to say you wrote a song with
With Kebmo. Yes, he did.
And we're hoping Hazel Payne Part 2, which Hazel has very kindly, because there's way too much to get in one show, she's going to come back, and hopefully Kebmo will give her the okay so we can play it for you.
Yes.
So coming up next, the amazing, beautiful, wonderful, talented, I love her, Hazel Payne, with my wonderful husband, Renzai, talking about performance. See you in a few minutes.
Actually, with this tour, oh, what a night. And I'm enjoying it very much. It's my first time doing theater.
Get on up on the floor, 'cause we're gonna boogie, oogie, till you just can't boogie no more. Get down, hey yeah, boogie, oogie. I won't give up my music. I quit. DreamWeavers StarTrax.
Hey, Star Trackers, this is DreamWeavers StarTrax. I'm Renzai, and we are back with the most fun person I've been working with in a long time, and that is Miss Hazel Payne.
Thank you.
Taste the Honey, and we're going to get right to another chapter in your life.
Okay.
And it was kind of a new chapter for you, but it's funny, because you wanted to be an actress at an early age.
Yes.
Then, bam, you're in New York, over in England, traveling through, was it England
Yeah,
or
through the
Europe?
UK. Yeah, and
You-
parts of Europe too. Yeah, the UK and Europe, Ireland, Southern Ireland,
Yeah.
Denmark. Oh my goodness, where else? Oh, Germany. Right.
Right.
Yes.
So
we
what
went
was
around.
it like, because you're used to doing concerts then.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden you're in kind of a cabaret kind of style set up there. What was that?
You know, when you do concerts, you can add. You have a basic format, right? You know, you're going to do this song, this song, this song, but you might change something, put something else in there, twist something around. You do a little different something on your vocal, maybe a little different dialogue or whatever. But when you do theater or cabaret, it is frozen, as they call it,
That's true,
and
that's
you
true.
have to
very
step
structured.
in the same place, the same night. Every night you say the same thing. Every night you sing the same way every night. And if you don't, when you do theater, you're penalized. You will be
Really?
penalized. You will be written up, and saying that you didn't do it. So you are encouraged to stay with the script. And I found it to be very difficult. It's a discipline. It's a serious discipline and very
It
difficult.
is. It's not as fluid.
No, it's
understand.
not as fluid. You can't have that impromptu da 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 kind of
Yeah,
thing. moment.
yeah. That's the difference between live and structured. Yeah,
Yes.
I remember that all.
So it is quite. Yeah. So it was
Plus
quite an
you didn't
experience, but I
have
loved
your
it.
Instrument.
Yes,
what
I
was that
didn't.
like? All of a
Not
sudden,
that
no one thinks about it, but you've been there for years, so there's like this comfort, and then they took it away. What was that like?
That was one of the scariest things when I started fronting a group or singing
Yeah.
without my instrument. I had to do like this at first. And it was like, you can't do that, Hazel. Boy, I was going through, and nobody ever knew what. Okay, do this, this and this. Then I started, hey, and taking the microphone, spinning it. Okay, so I started making up for not having my instrument
Right.
by becoming more theatrical in my performance.
You did, by the way.
Yeah,
and
that's
as we
what I
heard,
did.
some of us heard in the beginning, that girl can really hit some clean high notes. Oh my God! You're like at one point just bam, and you're really into it. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, but I've got another point. That show that I was doing the theater that I was doing in England. One day we were, out between the shows and stuff, and we had all gone out there to eat and drink and all that stuff. And the music director came up to me and he said, with the other band members, and he came up to me and he said, "Hazel, do you have perfect pitch?" And I said, "No. Why do you think I have perfect pitch?" And he said, "Because you come in on," well, the song was "I Will Survive," and we would start it off. At first I was afraid, and of course the audience would say, "I was petrified," so the music would stop and I would talk to the audience for blah 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 blah, and then when I came back to sing the song, I didn't have any music to give me a cue.
Right.
I came right in every time on the right note. He said, "How do you do that? And you don't have perfect pitch."
Yeah, well, he's used to actors. He's not used to musicians.
He's not used to musicians. So,
Yeah, and a
yeah.
quick aside for those who don't know, you have two types. A relative pitch, that's if you've been playing and doing scales, and it's built in you. And then there's these people that you could just go, and they'll know what note that was.
Yeah, that was.
That's perfect pitch. But for most people getting on stage, they're not instrumentalists or musicians, so that was quite an
That was
advantage
great.
for a musical.
Well, as a matter of fact, I told him what I have is relative pitch.
Yeah.
I do not have perfect pitch.
Very
I can
few
hit the
do.
note, I can remember it, for years and years without ever performing the song for years and years, and I'll remember the note. But if you ask me what the note is,
Right.
I cannot tell you.
What was it like to then all of a sudden, now, okay, guitar's gone, the structure, the normal thing you're used to, and now you got to tell your story. Okay, I'm still a musician, but now I'm an actress.
That's
So
right.
what was some of the transition you worked on in
And
that
that's
one?
very key, what you just said. I became the actress then.
Yes, you did.
And especially Ren, because I was performing in countries that really didn't understand all the words that I was saying. So,
They can see this though.
yes, that's what they saw. They saw my performance.
Right.
And that is where I learned, I learned even more so
More,
about
okay, yeah.
fine-tuning a performance on stage. And it was very interesting. When you sing for children, you have to be genuine and honest. If you sing in
Yes.
front of, they catch a phony and, you bore them to death, The same thing is when you're in a foreign country and you are not feeling or expressing yourself to them, even if they don't understand the words. It's a good thing that you can project a confidence and what's going on with the song. If you're singing a ballad, a love song, sing it like love. You're singing a dance song,
that's
sing
it,
it
yeah.
like dance.
Yeah, because you don't have to understand the language. You're in a foreign country and they go,
Yes.
it means the same thing.
Yes.
And in your foreign country, they're like, means the
Same
same thing. Time to go.
That's so true, but it's true.
Storytelling and also songwriting, right?
Yes, and songwriting, yes.
So tell us a little
Yes.
bit about some of the songs you've worked on.
Well,
Things.
some of the songs that I wrote, with A Taste of Honey, where I did the majority of my songwriting, it was a little more jazzy oriented because that was my training. So, but the group had decided they had wanted to be disco kind of like. So the songs that I wrote were not really released as singles as much as the more disco sort of things until Sukiyaki came along, which was a song that was it was a remake of Q Sakamoto done in 1963 in America. In Japanese.
In Japanese.
In
Okay,
Japanese. And the first person to actually do a remake of it was my roommate's in the 4th grade, my roommate's uncle. His name was Jewel Akins. He did a remake of Sukiyaki, and it was on the B-side of his song, which was, "Let me tell you about the birds and
Oh
the
my
bees
God.
and the flowers and
Okay,
the
yeah,
trees."
for those of you wondered who.
Yeah, no,
that's
yeah,
been
right.
there
Anyway, yeah, right.
forever.
But anyway, so when we did it, also our producer, fabulous producer, who is deceased, who has also passed away as of a year or so ago, George Duke. And George Duke had wanted to make it into a disco song, well, slow at the beginning and then disco on the end, just like Diana Ross's Love Hangover,
Right,
start
right.
over. It was around that same time, right? And I said, no, just leave it a ballad and say sayonara on the end.
And that's
that did it,
honorable what
and
you did there.
it kept it like that because we were considered a disco group, and he wanted to keep it in the realm of what? Yeah, okay, you're a disco group, and it's like
But a good story gets to the heart. I don't care what it's from.
absolutely good story.
One of the things, speaking of good stories, because everybody has one.
Yes.
There's usually one that sticks out.
Yes.
It's the crazy moment.
Yeah.
On stage or in front of people, and it just all went sideways.
It went
What are
sideways.
one of those? Give us one
Man,
of those.
I can give you a couple of.
Oh, I can imagine. Go ahead.
Oh man. Okay. Well, the one that isn't as bad. Okay, was I was in Shanghai singing, and I sang something in. I had a request to sing in French, so I sang in French, and now I'm in China, right? And I had a request to sing in. I said, well, if I'm in China, I got to sing in Mandarin, so I sang a song in Mandarin, right? And I'm talking to the music director. I turned to her and I said, yeah, I'm singing in all these languages, and then somebody in the audience said, sing in Japanese. I'm like, of course I can sing in Japanese. And so I told her, Kiyasi, and we go, Uwe yo mu iti. I sang the Sukiyaki song in Japanese. I'm like, come on, that was an easy one. So that was one little funny little thing. And he was like, shocked. She sang in Japanese. Oh, yeah. So
and notice
anyway,
she said, guys get challenged way too easy.
well, I have an
That's from a guy's
embarrassing.
perspective.
But I have an embarrassing one. Somebody had wanted to hear "I Will Survive," right? And I'm standing up on the stage, and I said, "Play a G minor." I said to the music director, "Play a G gliss," and she plays a G major gliss,
Which is a lot different than a minor.
Bam! And when I heard it, everybody standing there looking. The audience, they're all looking at me like, and I'm like, oh. I said, minor. And so she went G minor gliss, and then I could sing the song, of course, like you just said. So that was a case in point where be specific.
Yeah,
if it's major, say major. If it's minor is the key.
And we'll open up next. For those who don't know what that means, we'll talk about major and minor in their emotional states. We'll see you in just a few moments.
DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax.
Hi, Star
Hi.
Trackers. We are back with the most amazing Miss Hazel Payne from A Taste of Honey and our wonderful producer, Desiree. Hi. My husband, Ren, our acting coach and co-host, Emmy Karenzai. And now it's all about you, except for 2 seconds here because...
I got to finish an answer to something we were talking
and then
about
I have
earlier.
a question.
Okay.
All right,
Yes.
real quick, for those who do, you're going, well, major, minor, what is that? It's a chord structure, and you can look it up. One's called 1-3-5, one's called 1-flat-3-5. A major is happy music sounding, and a minor has a beautiful quality of a certain sadness, and it goes really deep and rich. So, yeah, if someone lays off a major and you're supposed to be doing this kind of sad thing, it just sounds like someone's happy at a funeral.
Yeah.
All right.
And before we get to your questions, Miss Hazel from the audience, I have to ask. Okay, now I'll tell you, you guys watched the media and the clips, all right? When she sent us the clips of her accepting the Grammy, I made Ren play it for me like 3 times, and I was like, oh my God. And I just have to tell you that because I am her fangirl. Just saying.
Thank you.
And so I have to ask you, Miss Hazel, what was it like? What was the experience like getting that Grammy?
That was the most amazing experience. I took my mother to the Grammys, that night, so she was really freaked out. But what had happened was we performed on the Grammys that night, and we went to rehearsals all day long, and we're doing the rehearsals. They never said who was going to win, so we were like, no, we ain't going to win because who are we up against? Chris Rea, the Cars, Toto. No way we're going to win against Toto. And it was the most amazing thing when they said, "A taste of honey." John Denver with his own.
Yeah, it was John. Yeah, that's right.
And it was like shock, pure shock. I mean, breath gone. Waiting to exhale. It was really amazing. And the most flattering thing is you're voted by your peers in the industry.
That's
So so it was really special.
Oh my God! Thank you very much. I've been waiting to ask her that, and I've known her for years. Now it's all about you guys, Star Trackers.
Here we go.
Miss Desiree has some great questions for Miss Hazel Payne.
All right, so we have a question from Aaron, who's from Brisbane, Australia. And he would like to know, if you had to do it all over again, would you still choose this career? And would you do anything different?
That's a really good question. Because the career kind of chose me. I wasn't, in my youth, yes, I thought I'd want to be a professional musician, but as I was saying earlier here, I was going to give it up so I could raise my son. And as fortune had it, it kind of came to me. I was all I can say, I was very fortunate, but I wouldn't do anything differently. And I think it came to be the way it did because of the choices that I had made. So, no, I wouldn't change a thing.
And there's a super lesson in that, and it's real simple. You are going to get opportunities in your life, I promise you. But the difference was when that opportunity showed up, just going to one more audition, checking it out, she was prepared. That's the real hidden secret, because if you're not prepared at that opportunity, and it will come to you, I promise you, but you want to be ready.
Got to be ready.
That's right, got to.
And say yes.
Oh, yeah, always say yes, no matter what.
So we have a question from Juliet from Lebanon. I can't speak today.
Lebanon.
Lebanon, New Hampshire.
Okay.
And the question is, how important is it to learn more than just singing in this industry?
Oh man, it's to be multifaceted gives you longevity in your career. It can take you from being boring and and I don't mean to make it sound like it's bad just to do one thing, because if you ask Aretha Franklin to act instead of sing, everybody wants to hear Aretha Franklin sing. I don't think I've ever seen her do a commercial. I don't think I've ever seen her do a movie.
One.
Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers.
Yes.
But she
That's
sang.
the only time. But she, of course, sang, and she only had a couple words.
And that's amazing. I mean, so that's the kind of, you have that kind of voice, well, yeah, okay. But I personally, I feel it is very, very important to be multi-talented. It makes you a better person also, to have several things to fall back on. I mean, look at Prince. He played it all.
Yeah,
Did it
and-
all.
Yes.
Fabulous.
And I mean, a great example is J-Lo.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Dancer, oh, okay, singer, okay, now she,
She's actress, yes.
you can't be hurt by it.
Entrepreneur.
And let's be honest, as a singer, you work on the acting, you're going to be a better performer. And as a performer, as a singer,
Very well
it's got
put.
its own beautiful magic.
That's
And
very
creative
well put.
control, right?
Yes,
we
you
talked
do.
about that
Yeah.
earlier.
It's a good thing to learn something about the business. Now, you might not be, the best business person, but learn something so you can understand some contracts, and business and what you need to do.
Business.
That's right.
Keep
Show
those words together,
business.
you'll need that.
That's right. That's right.
Eloquently put.
Yes. Great. Thank you.
So we have another question from Delta, who's from Alberta, Canada.
Okay.
And the question is, how do you get people to take you seriously as a musician? I can't speak.
You're doing
To
great.
take me seriously. Well, because I would imagine it works because I take myself seriously. And what I am giving off is what you're going to receive. And it was my focus not to be a comedian about it, and if it basically it breaks down to, if you're serious about what you're doing and you're serious about how you present yourself, you will be taken seriously.
Very cool.
Great advice.
And proof
Huge.
was in the reality of all those years.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
And you got to remember, look carefully at history and tell me how many during the 70s did we recognize in the world of female guitarists, let alone from Compton and everything else.
Compton, straight out of
Yeah,
Compton.
look carefully. No
Compton,
one talks
baby.
about that, but we're talking, that is so far up the chain of, that was so rare.
Yeah.
So yeah, she took herself seriously, and she didn't allow herself to think otherwise, and her education's off the hook.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have to read this one. This is actually from DeAndre.
One of our students,
Hi, DeAndre.
DeAndre Green, just got a gig. She's going to Laughlin. Just saying.
Congratulations.
So DeAndre says, and I'm literally going to read, she's got a lot here.
Okay.
I'm proud to
our
say I'm proud to say Corinne is my vocal coach. I want to say that I think you're absolutely amazing and I love your hair.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What?
Yes, you.
Deandra, you're
Yes.
so cute.
I have made the decision to seriously pursue a music career. I too have relative pitch and don't play any musical instruments. Would you recommend taking some type of musical theory course or learning instruments
She's asking me.
to gain better command and understanding of my notes and pitch?
Absolutely. I would suggest piano. If you don't have a particular instrument you want to learn, I would say piano. Or guitar is good because both of them are chord-based instruments. But piano is one of the best. Everything is laid out right
In a
there
straight line.
for you. Right. And when you have got to learn something you can see and play and hear, I would always suggest that someone learn an instrument so you can learn theory by way of an instrument.
And that's a fact. You can do melody, you can do that. And when you understand a piano, because it's the same thing repeated for every octave, the simple fact is you can eventually learn how to construct your music for orchestras and everything, because it pretty well, full-size piano I'm talking about, gives you, what's a violin going to sound like? Plus nowadays you can go, give me a violin.
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
it's
right.
gonna
Just
sound
push
like
the
that.
button. Yes, right. But theory is theory, and yes,
Important.
you should learn that. Yes.
So I do have one last question.
Okay.
What are your future goals? Really quickly.
This is I've been traveling all over the world, for many years. About the past 20 years, I've been traveling extensively. Now I'm back here in Vegas, where I've been living for 16 years, but not very much
We
here. Very
don't
much.
see her.
Yeah. So I'm going to get some work going here in America and go and extend my career here in the USA.
And hopefully in Vegas. We're hoping for that.
Yeah.
You can see Hazel live at Sherry Gordy, yes, Barry Gordy's daughter's
Yes.
birthday party at
Yes, at the Fiesta Rancho on Friday, May 20th. That's
And
right.
do you remember what
Starts at
time?
9. Yeah, well, 8. The doors open at 8. The show will start around 9-ish, 9 o'clock.
beautiful. We're going to be there.
cool.
We'll see you there. Hazel,
Thank you. I mean, my goodness, girl. And
we love you. We love you. Thank you. And
So-
she's going to be back for HazelPayne Part 2.
Part 2.
That's
Later on in the fall.
And you're going to learn
And-
how do you deal with the world when you're not playing guitar and you're off stage. Very important stuff.
Oh, yes.
And we're going to introduce who's coming up.
Next week, oh my God, my twinsy,
Yeah.
Luke Lowry, stand-up comic, singer, dancer, actor. What doesn't he do? He is adorable. And we're going to be on, Ren and I and Luke are going to be on Jon Stewart's show at 3 o'clock WCOBM next Thursday. Love y'all. See you there.
Catch you later.
Bye, Star Trekkers.
DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax.